As the MotoGP paddock gears up for the Misano Grand Prix, a major announcement has set tongues wagging across the grid. Pramac Yamaha confirmed the contract extension of Australian rider Jack Miller, who will remain with the team until the end of 2026. More intriguingly, he will share a garage next season with none other than Toprak Razgatlıoğlu, the World Superbike sensation many believe is destined to shake up the Premier class. In a candid interview ahead of the Italian round, Miller opened up about the challenge of partnering the Turkish superstar. "It feels incredible to be sharing a garage with Toprak," Miller admitted. "He's already a legend, and it's amazing to see what he will bring to MotoGP. I've said it a few times already, but this is the first time I'll be working alongside someone who can pull off a stoppie better than me. Honestly, I'm already feeling a bit overshadowed in the garage. But no, it's going to be fantastic. We'll both bring good, positive energy to this project, and that's exactly what's needed." The Australian, often known for his playful yet straightforward nature, didn't hold back when praising his future teammates' character off the track as well. "I have to say, Toprak is one of the most genuine people I've ever met. Every time he stops by the MotoGP paddock, he always greets everyone warmly. I really value that. He's sincere, and everyone who's worked with him in Superbikes always has good things to say. I believe he'll be a fantastic addition to the MotoGP grid." The announcement underlines two contrasting trajectories. Razgatlıoğlu is riding a wave of momentum in the World Superbike Championship. After a dominant hat-trick at Magny-Cours, the Turkish rider sits comfortably atop the standings with 469 points, 39 clear of his nearest challenger, Nicolo Bulega. The reigning WSBK star has become known not only for his aggressive racecraft but also for his showmanship, producing daring moves that capture the imagination of fans worldwide. Miller, on the other hand, finds himself struggling for form in MotoGP, currently 17th in the 2025 standings with just 54 points. The Australian has endured a turbulent campaign. For many, his new contract represents both a vote of confidence from Yamaha and a reminder that his future hinges on proving he can still deliver results at the very highest level. From a sporting perspective, Miller's words are telling. His admission of feeling intimidated, albeit said half in jest, reflects the reality that Razgatlıoğlu arrives with enormous expectations. Yamaha and Pramac will inevitably look to Toprak as a potential game-changer, while Miller risks being cast in the role of support act rather than team leader. Yet there is another side to the story. Having Razgatlıoğlu as a teammate could also serve as the perfect motivator for Miller. Known for his fighting spirit and resilience, the Australian has often raised his game when his back is against the wall. Sharing a garage with one of the most naturally talented riders of his generation may be precisely the spark he needs to reignite his career. Equally, Razgatlıoğlu will have his own learning curve. While his exploits in Superbikes are legendary, MotoGP machinery requires an entirely different skill set. The transition has humbled many greats before him, and Miller's experience in the Premier class could prove invaluable to the Turkish rider's adaptation. If the pair can forge a genuine working relationship, Pramac Yamaha might well have stumbled upon one of the most exciting rider pairings in recent memory. For now, the spotlight remains firmly on Misano, where Miller will be eager to show that his place on the 2026 grid is merited. Meanwhile, Razgatlıoğlu continues his charge towards another WSBK crown, a journey that increasingly feels like the final chapter before his much-anticipated MotoGP debut. The Australian may joke about feeling overshadowed, but if history has taught us anything, it is that Jack Miller thrives when underestimated. With Razgatlıoğlu's arrival looming, the pressure is on, and that might just be what thriller Miller needs to rediscover his best form. For Miller, the confirmation of his contract extension is both a relief and a warning sign. In a paddock where opportunities are fleeting and patience is limited, securing a future until 2026 suggests Yamaha still sees value in his presence. Yet, with Razgatlıoğlu stepping in, that very security could become fragile if results fail to improve. The Australian knows full well that team bosses will keep a close eye on the performances of both riders next season. Razgatlıoğlu's switch to MotoGP is one of the most eagerly anticipated moves in recent years, largely because of his flamboyant style. His late-breaking heroics, dramatic stoppies, and aggressive corner entries have made him a fan favourite in World Superbikes. The key question is whether those same traits can be translated successfully onto the ultra-demanding prototype machinery of MotoGP. If he manages to adapt without compromising his trademark flair, the spectacle could be extraordinary. Despite a difficult season, Miller brings something Razgatlıoğlu will initially lack: a decade of MotoGP experience. The Australian has ridden for several manufacturers, learning the intricacies of different philosophies and setups. This depth of knowledge could prove crucial in helping Yamaha accelerate their project. For Toprak, having a seasoned teammate could ease the learning curve, though. Equally, Miller risks being measured directly against a rider still finding his feet. Beyond the racetrack, the pairing of Miller and Razgatlıoğlu has major commercial appeal. Miller's charismatic, down-to-earth personality contrasts sharply with Toprak's calm, almost enigmatic aura. Together they could attract a diverse fan base across Europe, Asia, and Australia. For Yamaha and Pramac, the duo offers the perfect blend of showmanship and credibility, ensuring that the team becomes one of the most talked-about outfits on the grid. This partnership also signals a wider shift in Yamaha's approach. After years of being criticised for a lack of bold recruitment, the manufacturer now appears willing to take risks. Signing Razgatlıoğlu is a gamble, but it also represents ambition, an acknowledgement that the team needs fresh energy to compete with Ducati's dominance and the resurgence of KTM and Aprilia. Miller's continued presence ensures stability, but Toprak's arrival injects a dose of unpredictability that could redefine Yamaha's trajectory. The announcement has already electrified fans across social media. Supporters of Razgatlıoğlu view his promotion as overdue recognition of his talent, while Miller's loyal fan base is rallying behind him to prove the doubters wrong. The excitement surrounding their partnership highlights a truth that often gets lost in MotoGP. Rivalries aren't built solely on track battles, but also in garages, team meetings, and even subtle glances across pit lane. Ultimately, the 2026 season could mark a turning point in both riders' careers. For Miller, it is a chance to silence critics and show he can still compete at the sharp end. For Razgatlıoğlu, it is the opportunity to validate years of hype and prove that his spectacular superbike skills can conquer MotoGP. Whether this pairing sparks fireworks, friction, or both, one thing is certain: the spotlight on Pramac Yamaha has never burned brighter.